behind every strong community is someone willing to build. Hello and welcome to Thriving at Altitude. I'm your host, Dave Donahue. Join me high in the Rockies as we explore conversations with entrepreneurs, community leaders, and local business owners who are building, growing, and thriving right here at altitude. Thank you and welcome. We have our guest today, Kayla Weber from Revolutionpoweryoga, and she's going to tell us a little bit about her business and about how she got involved in the healing arts. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you so much for having me. It is such a pleasure to join you. So Revolution Yoga in Avon actually started, I think, about 14 years ago. We just celebrated 14 years in business. I personally bought the business as a thriving community just a little over 3 years ago. And in that, I was involved in the studio from, what year was it? I think 2013 or 2014. I was really new to the Valley. I had just moved here, and Revolution was the place that caught my eye. I actually saw an advertisement for their new student intro offer. And I was like, oh, great. I'm working for a nonprofit. I don't have a big budget right now. That new student intro offer looks amazing. So I joined the studio for a month and got really into their classes and, what they had going on there as a community. And I applied to become an ambassador, honestly. And the ambassador program is it's a karma work exchange, 2 hours of your time per week for a full unlimited team membership. And so that was really enticing to me, again, because my budget was very small. And so I had applied for that and didn't hear anything. Just kind of kept going that summer as a naturalist for Walking Mountain Science Center and just living my life, getting to know the Valley, doing all the things. And it was really interesting because then it must have been about 6 months or a year, something like that. It's been a good number of years since this happened. So it was a good amount of time between when I had applied for that and when I heard back from them. And actually, as life would have it, I was driving back to Colorado, driving back up from DIA from my brother's funeral, believe it or not. And that's when I got the call, hey, are you still interested in becoming an ambassador? And I just burst into tears and I was like, universe, you are so interesting. Yes, of course, this is the perfect time for me to become an ambassador and to get more involved in the community, in the studio, all those things. And just to really have that support. I was relatively new to the Vail Valley when my brother passed. He was living in Michigan at the time, and so I felt very isolated from family, from people who understood. And I said, wow, what an opportunity to step into a place that could potentially help hold me as I, held me together as much as I could be as I fell apart, really, and put the pieces back together in a different way. And so it was really that moment of becoming involved with the studio, with that community in that incredible time in my life where everything fell apart again. And so from there, I was just all in. I was an ambassador for 2.5 years. I was involved on the front desk side, the cleaning side. I was there from the original location to the location change, which they moved from the R.A. Nelson building in Eagleville over to Traer Creek, which is where we are now, still to this day. And so it was really cool to be a part of all of the evolution of Revolution. Yeah. And then, cut to life happening and schedule changes and more commitments. And, my own personal life was developing more so, and I was putting down more roots here in the Valley. And that just led me to taking some time away from the studio. I then, just was building my career in other ways. I was doing all kinds of trainings. It was interesting because really my brother's death was the catalyst for me to step further into the mindfulness space and all the things that I do now. Took hard left from my biology background, natural resources biology, environmental education, all of that wheelhouse realm, sustainability, which is what I was really headed towards.
Yeah.
We had experienced a large loss in my family in 2006. We lost our dad. My siblings and I lost our dad in 2006. So it was just a reopening of some incredibly deep wounds in 2014 when my brother also passed. And so that was, to me, the biggest catalyst of saying, nope, your purpose in this life is actually to help people understand that there are so many ways to get in touch with your grief, to heal these things, to go through it, not try to mask it, not push it away, and come out a more whole, happy, healed human on the other side.
Well, you have created an amazing community. And is it okay to call you the spiritual mayor of the Vail Valley?
Ooh,
Everyone knows Kayla, and it's so great to see people react if your name comes up, and it's just something that everyone knows, and they know it's a place to go for healing and wellness, and more than that, because it is a community, and that's why we're here, and we talk about community leaders, and I'm putting you in that category.
Thank you. And I just want to say, on top of the thank you, that I truly believe I have a gigantic community, and we're all on the same level of, I would say we have a lot of spiritual mayors in this community, which to me helps so much because we're people too. We're humans too. So even though we are so in touch with these things, we still need that support, and being able to lean on each other and to lift each other up when we're not totally feeling 100% is what helps us all be able to continue.
It takes a village.
It takes a village. It takes a village to be a village. For sure.
Yeah.
And especially, I truly believe it takes a village to hold up people that hold up other people. So, you know, I never put myself above or ahead of or, you know, anything like that in terms of the rest of the community. I do take very seriously the role as leader. It's definitely something that I feel I have stepped into in the last few years. And I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Surrounded by and had a lot of strong women come before. So I feel supported in that way.
That's great. So 2003, things started in the new building ish, or when you took over the project.
2003?
Was it 2003?
What year are we in, Dave?
I think we're in 2023 and 2023. So 2023 to now, like what has changed? Like you start with a place for yoga classes and just to get involved a little bit, but now I know there's so much more.
There is so much more. So yes, leading up to me purchasing the studio, it was mostly yoga. It was mostly power yoga, which there was a great, incredible need for that for so long. There was a great place in the community for that type of exercise, of, you know, connection to the physical body. And I was a part of that for a very long time, like I mentioned. And then in taking some time and space to develop in my own career, in my own personal life, I really was able to explore so many other modalities and so many other businesses around the community that were supporting community members in different ways. So I just got exposed to so many different things that I personally resonated with. And I was like, wow, looking around, I know I'm not alone. And so how can I bring this more forward? And it was really, really cool because I started my training in mindful grieving, just, you know, to continue to add on to the certifications that I already had and was working on. Mindful grieving, yoga therapy, yoga 200 hour, all kind of came in the midst of COVID for me.
Oh, yeah.
So COVID was obviously an incredible time to reshape a lot of things for a lot of people,
Yes.
for better or worse.
Right.
And for me, I took it really hard because it was just a boom. I hit a wall. I was doing things in person, doing these modalities and teachings person to person. And then COVID hit and I was like, nope, sit down. You're not doing anything. Whew. So for me, that was a pivot in, okay, how am I going to bring my work forward? And that's when I found, the mindful grieving stuff. And in that was also brought into a 200-hour yoga training online. It had its own challenges.
Sure.
And I'm so grateful because that is exactly what led me to right here, right now. And in that, I was able to then reconnect with Julie, the old owner of Revolution.
Okay.
And I said, hey, I have all these things that I want to bring to the community. I got certified in mindful grieving. I would love to host grief groups at Revolution. I know they have 2 studio rooms. The big room was all yoga, and Studio 2 for a long time was prop storage, and it was used for teacher training weekends, which, very beneficial, but for the majority of the year, there's not teacher training going on. So it was just sitting, and I said, hey, can I utilize this space? I think it would be so beautiful for the grief offerings that I'm trying to bring forward. She graciously agreed. Yep, of course. So we started to integrate more of those behavioral health peer program stuff through Revolution, which was a beautiful beginning.
Great.
And then I said, hey, what would you think about doing some sound healing? I actually in 2020 was pulled into the sound world. I had a beautiful friend who was playing in the room across from me, and I heard I heard the frequency, and it physically pulled me out into the hallway. And I stood there at her door, and I was like, what is this sound? I can't let it go.
It's amazing.
Oh, it was.
I've been lucky enough to have a chance to see some of your work and be involved in Sound Bath. It was a year ago now, in November.
It's been a year already?
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
Yeah, so I've had a chance to personally see the amazing aspects of how sound can be part of the healing. And of course, as a musician, I'm very familiar with that world, and it's amazing. I was wondering what got you into that instrument and maybe other instruments, and how many instruments have you played, and what are you playing now?
Yes. Okay, I'll get there. So in that little frequency pull was, I feel, a huge life shift for me. In that, I then went down this very quick, wide rabbit hole of the world of sound and got into and got certified in sound healing. I started with the crystal singing bowls. And that's another huge piece of what Revolution does now is we have monthly sound baths. We also have, typically we do a monthly moon circle celebration ceremony, depending on the moon.
Yes.
It could be a celebration or a ceremony or more of a circle, depending on the energy of that moon, whether it's full moon, new moon celebration, something like that. So in those, Jen Harris of Lightworks and I co-host these gatherings. So that's another opportunity for you to experience the sound on a generally monthly basis at Revolution. So on top of the yoga and the grief groups that run through Speak Up, Reach Out, the peer program, those are also occasionally held at Revolution. I'm the peer support lead for those.
Wonderful.
And so that's been a beautiful addition to what Revolution's able to offer the community. We've also got Philip, who does on every Thursday now from 4 to 5 p.m., he does something called Breathe, Chant, Heal, which is, it's really a whole different level of experiencing the meditation, the breathing. So we start with pranayama. He'll lead you through some basic breathwork exercises, and then we move into kirtan chanting, which is it's a whole experience. If you haven't done it, and if it calls to you in any way, I really encourage you to just listen to that. Not everyone is totally called to it, and that's so fine. But if you have an interest in it, I really encourage anyone to check it out. Then he ends it with this beautiful long shavasana where he'll either sing a chant or play his amazing flute and or his drum. So that's just another beautiful addition. It's fully donation based.
Okay.
So come as you are, offer what you can. Don't let payment be a barrier to this.
Right.
That's a huge purpose of this. Philip's amazing. And so that's been a giant addition, in my opinion, to what we offer.
Great.
As well as we now have an infrared sauna back in Studio 2. So you can rent the sauna for another level of physical wellness. Jen of Lightworks also provides Reiki and astrology coaching. So we have a whole gamut of now what we offer in terms of wellness. We're always evolving.
Excellent.
And always offering more things. But with that question of sound, I started with the sound bowls, and then I realized that truly the first instrument that I got for my set was a rain stick. And my mom gifted it to me. She had no idea what she was starting.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And so from there, I evolved. I bought, actually, I'll show you.
Okay.
My first. This was the first sound bowl that I bought. I did a little research, and they said that the C note, if you're just going to get one, okay, this is the wrong. I didn't bring the right.
Do we need
ring for
something
it.
pillowy?
I've got it.
Okay.
Usually it's just a rubber ring. This mallet's old.
That sounds great.
So gross. So this was the first one, and as soon as it came, as soon as it arrived, I was like, well, I need the whole set. So immediately I got online and I ordered a set of 7 quartz crystal singing bowls. So then I started playing with those and got a little bit more into the tingshas and other chimes. I got a koshi chime. I started to get some Tibetan metal bowls. I have since also acquired a set of 4 bowls that are some really heavy-hitting solfeggio frequencies with crystals. So they're called crystal alchemy bowls.
Okay.
I got into the gong side of things.
Yes.
So gongs are also now a huge part of what I do.
Okay.
I have 4. So I started with the symphonic gong, which was a really, really, really great one to start learning on. It's said to play all of the notes, tones, and frequencies. That's why it's the symphonic.
Right.
It's a whole symphony. You can use a whole smattering of mallets and flumies and iwans to draw tons of different sounds out of it.
Amazing.
Which is really cool. I then started to go down the Italian gong route. So I have, the Grata Sonora set, which is 2 gongs that are harmonious with each other. I was then, oh my gosh, universe, we love you, gifted a gigantic chow gong. So it plays a really deep, super deep tone. So I feel really blessed to have a wide range of frequencies that come from just these 4 different gongs. And, my, 12 crystal bowls and however many Tibetan bowls. And I myself have a flute. And so, I'm learning all the time. It's something that's just like totally has a hold on me. It's my favorite. And I love sharing it. My most recent instrument that I have decided to start sharing is actually my voice. So I now also sing and will incorporate some mantras into some of my sound baths, most of my sound baths now. So that's really been a beautiful, expansive addition for me. And it's so encouraging because every single person has a voice.
Yes.
And it's all unique. Every person's frequency, every person's voice is unique. And that's, in my opinion, why we need all of us.
Yes.
We bring something unique to the table. And just because your voice sounds different than mine, it doesn't make it anyone's better or worse. Mm-hmm. It's just we need us all.
Yes.
To be the symphony
yes.
of humankind.
It's like it's the first instrument that we were given. So it's right. And it's the most emotional instrument, and it's attached to the body, whereas something might be outside and we're connecting to it. This is connecting really with it. So that's amazing.
Yeah.
I think at some point I'm envisioning having you here in the studio to do a full session where we can record that.
Awesome.
And give that to the public as well.
Yeah, I thought about that. I would love that. And if anybody wants to, maybe we have a whole breathe, chant, heal session here so that the public can experience that without necessarily needing to come to the space if they can't get it.
Exactly.
Thursdays 4 to 5 if you're at your corporate job. You can tune in later.
There are some things in the works here to have more music and more musicians and more, what are we calling it? Sound bath, practitioner, or to have more, all of those things.
I love it.
Yeah, that's amazing. I also saw that you took some yoga on the road, and that I'm interested in that and experiences maybe you've had traveling for your own training or traveling with Revolution Yoga as an entity. You've had some experiences with that?
Yes. So I have had the great pleasure to co-host 2 international retreats with some phenomenal co-hosts. Jen Harris, again, of Lightworks. She and I were able to host a retreat in Costa Rica. And then that was, I don't even know what year it is. It's 2026. So
you know me, I don't know what year it is.
Yeah, 2003. So we did that. It was October of 2024.
Okay.
And then in September of 2025, Elena Delgado Vasquez and I, who teaches at Vitality in Eagle, she is a wealth of knowledge in the meditation and Ayurveda spaces. And so we co-hosted a retreat in Spain this past fall. She's from Spain. So yes. So everyone got the incredible pleasure of experiencing a whole new country, a whole new way of life, a whole new area with someone who's from there. So
beautiful.
We had the tour guide and the history buff all built into the retreat leader, which was so cool for, I think, all of us. And that was a huge piece of that retreat. So it was cultural and Ayurveda based. So we weaved the themes that, if you don't know what Ayurveda is, it's called, or it's referred to sometimes as the sister science of yoga. So it really works with the seasons, the elements, and our own bodies to bring us back into balance in all ways.
Wonderful. Yeah.
It's a huge topic. But that's kind
important
of it's kind of the overarching theme of what Ayurveda means if you weren't privy to that before. So we were really able to weave in these themes of wellness with how do they relate to Ayurveda, and then each person was able to be with themselves so deeply that week, and then we left with what's called a dinacharya, or a personal practice. So we each got to learn about our own selves, our imbalances, what is in balance, and the imbalances, and how to kind of work with those to create more harmony within ourselves, to reduce sickness, to increase vitality, and all the things that you really look for in terms of thriving. So that was a huge benefit to those that joined, myself included. And then Elena is actually doing another one of those. If you are interested in that retreat, she is hosting it again this coming September. I believe she said there's one room left.
Okay. So, is this in Spain again, or is this locally?
It's in Spain.
Where in Spain is it?
It's actually in the Andalusian region, so the southern region of Spain.
Yes. I've gotten the pleasure of living in Spain for 6 months.
Ooh,
so Andalusia, Malaga, Marbella. Those are just amazing places. And maybe close to one of those places, or?
It is just outside of Habugo.
Okay.
If you've ever heard of the Cinco Jotas ham factory, that's like really what they're known for down in that region. Right. That is one of the cultural experiences that you get to have if you go on that retreat is actually a tour of that factory. It's
cool.
World-renowned jamon. And so it's right down there in that region.
They have a Museo de Jamon in Madrid.
Yeah.
I remember being there and seeing that. That's the first place I saw a museum of ham. But they really, it's delicious. So.
Well, it's funny. I had no idea when Elena would talk about ham, I was thinking American version of ham, like what I grew up with, kind of green eggs and ham. And I'm like, what do you mean there's a ham festival?
Right.
And so it's really cool to be able to kind of get that information culturally of what that means to them and what it means to them as a community and how it brought families and community members together on a yearly basis where everyone would get together and cure the ham, the whole process.
Yeah, exactly. That's amazing. What would people need to do to get involved in the traveling part to Spain?
The traveling part to Spain, they would definitely need to start looking at flights.
Yes.
Sooner than later.
Okay.
The train tickets are also a thing.
Yes.
So getting all the way down to that part of Spain.
Right.
It takes a couple different pieces of the puzzle to put that together. So you definitely need to start, I think, you start with the end.
Right.
So
it's an adventure. It's an adventure.
So you look at what time do I need to be here at this place that the shuttle is going to pick me up? Okay, so what time does that train need to get me there? So then what time do I need to get to the train station? So then, okay, what time do I need my flight to get me in? What time is that flight going to be taking off? So it's really, in my experience, it's a really like a working backwards of it all.
And then once they're there on site, what's the length of it and what's the sort of progression classes and meditations throughout each day and things like that?
Yeah, so the length of the retreat is 7 days. It's a full week. We dive into the different pillars of health and the different areas of Ayurveda. So we start the day with some breath work and meditation and then move into the movement part of the morning. Then you get breakfast, brunch, kind of late breakfast, early lunch break. Then there is the cultural experience afternoon. So there's, give or take about 4 to 6 hours, depending on the day and the activity. Free time, so you can choose to do the cultural experience or you can hang around the finca. Finca is beautiful. There's just space to walk around. There's hiking trails. They have a couple horses, a donkey, a couple dogs. There's a beautiful little, I don't know what you call it. To me, it seems like the secret garden where with the table and some chairs and a little water feature. There's so much that you can either do or so much time to be, which is a beautiful option that each participant gets.
Yep.
And then after that, you move into the afternoon where there's the Ayurveda talk. So you learn more about Ayurveda. You take quizzes to learn more about yourself. Where are you at in all of this? What do you need to come back into balance?
Yes.
And you move into the evening practice and dinner and wind down. They can be very full days if you choose, and they can be very spacious if you choose as well. So it's been one of my most favorite experiences just because it's so rich in what it offers.
Yeah.
So I love that we have offered that. And I am actually seeing Revolution in the next year or so, hopefully offer some more local retreats. Yeah, so I'm in touch.
Tell us about that,
Yeah, I was in touch with some really cool local venues. I won't give away the secrets yet. Keep your eyes on Revolution's pages and communications.
Revolutionpoweryoga.com.
Revolutionpoweryoga.com. You can get on our newsletter. We send out a weekly newsletter just to keep folks informed on what we have going on at the studio and around the community. So those local retreats, I think, will be more of a kind of long weekend style. I know that not everyone has the availability and truly the privilege to take an entire week plus to go to a different country. It can be really taxing on, if you have a family at home.
Yeah, time is the hardest one usually.
And money.
And some money.
Yeah, all those things.
Worth it if you can do it.
It's so worth it if you can do it. And also we wanted to extend other opportunities for people to get involved in a deeper way with less of that financial and time commitment and still get, some really, really deep experiences out of that. So
amazing.
Yeah, we're trying to do it all.
Tell me about some of the modalities that you have at Revolution Yoga, and like what's changed more recently, and what can people expect with all the different options?
Yeah, so we have lots of options. Again, for my own personal capacity, for better or worse, trying to offer something for everyone or most people. And so we have yoga classes with a huge variety everywhere from, the 6:15 and the 7 a.m. for those morning folks that are power-based, that kind of, vinyasa flow with really cool playlists, if that's what you're into. And just kind of starting your morning strong. We've got lots of those same offerings at 8:30. They're very powerful. They'll get you moving, sweating, feeling.
Yeah.
And then you could, for those of you that are morning people, start your day off really strongly. We've got lots of different offerings in the lunch hour period from 12 to 1.
Yep.
Those are some of our most popular classes. I'm really proud of y'all for getting out on your lunch breaks.
Yeah.
And so we've got everything from power yoga, vinyasa flow, yoga sculpt, which is really cool.
Okay.
That involves some weights. So, people that are trying to build a little bit of muscle mass, some of us women that are working on our bone density.
Yeah.
So we've got to include those weights. So yoga sculpt on Tuesdays at noon is a really great one. Holly also teaches a class called YOD, which it stands for Your Own Determination. And it's actually become
it.
Yeah, it's become one of my favorite classes. I get to see where I'm at that day. And there's really no pressure to do everything at the best of your ability if you're not feeling it. I often go in and I'm like, I'm tired. I'm not going to use weights. So what
but then you come out.
So strong.
You come out strong and feeling good.
And there's that high intensity interval training in the middle. So you start with the yoga, you do the high intensity interval training stuff in the middle, and then you end with yoga cool down. So it still, brings in the yoga philosophy, brings in some of those sun salutations, and then Holly just does a really beautiful job of wrapping it all together into one incredible experience. And then back to work you go.
Yeah.
Or not.
In the middle of the day. Exactly.
Yeah. And we also have, some of the other classes that are really well received too, that are more of the wind down, the introspective. How are you feeling? We've got the Aroma Restore on Sunday nights, which involves the restorative yoga with aromatherapy. We have Yin on Wednesday nights and Friday nights now, too.
Okay.
We have added Yin on Friday nights just as a way for folks to kind of wind down from their week. Monday through Friday can be a grind.
Yeah.
So giving people an opportunity to just start clean for the weekend and start refreshed is a new offering for us there.
Love it.
As well as we've got mat Pilates back. So Revolution had mat Pilates for a couple years, and then we lost our instructors because they are also wonderful healers moving on to other things.
Yeah.
And so we just got it back on Sundays at noon with the wonderful Valentina.
Okay.
Is, teaching mat Pilates. So just a whole different variety of classes for folks, whatever you're looking for. Hopefully we have something.
Amazing. And I was also going to ask for people who are beginners or people who have injuries or may have a little more difficulty like approaching yoga because it seems either strenuous or something they're not used to yet. What are good programs for all levels?
Yes, so I get that question actually a lot, especially these days, which is really cool because it tells me that people are looking into yoga and are getting interested in it. My most recommended classes for folks in that boat would be the Unwind and Flow. We currently have that on Mondays at 5:45 with Natasha. And then on Saturdays at 4:30 with Cheryl. So both of those teachers are incredibly lovely and nurturing. Unwind and Flow is really more of a slower-based flow class that is stretch-focused.
Right.
So Cheryl developed this many years ago as a way to wind down, hence the name unwind,
Yeah.
and still get yourself a little bit of that flow in there. So you can, focus on breathing into those deeper stretches while still moving more than, say, a yin class, for example.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Tell us more about the ambassador program now.
Yes.
What can people expect?
Great question. The ambassador program has gone through its own evolution. It has ebbed and flowed, and I have just decided to revive her. So, and, again, like I mentioned, that's how I started really at Revolution. After the intro offer, I became an ambassador for 2 or 3 years. And so now what we offer are 3 different options. We've got the cleaning ambassador shift, which comes in and helps clean. We've got lots of props and a lot of the behind the scenes things. So we get help with cleaning of those things.
And just to clarify, this is a program someone can volunteer their time or work some of their time to get more involved later in their own participation. So they can join classes, but also be part of the community and maybe have, in that scenario, a sliding scale where they can get involved with less resources.
Exactly. So it really truly is a trade program, 2-hour commitment per week, whether you're doing the cleaning or the front desk.
Okay.
And then in trade for that, you actually get a lot. You get a full unlimited membership for all of the classes that Revolution offers.
Great.
You get deep discounts on the workshops, which is something that we have offered over the last 3 years. We've started to offer lots and lots of different workshops, different just different themes of those workshops, different times of day, really just opening it up to the practitioners, the teachers. So ambassadors get deep discounts on those additional workshops, as well as discounts on all the retail stuff.
Amazing.
And just a deeper connection to the team and the community.
Great. And then also segue with the Yogi Gives Back, or the program with the Yogi Can Give or Receive. Is that similar to the ambassador or a little different?
So it's a little different in that we do have an opportunity for those folks that feel more resourced or, more blessed in the financial side of things in this lifetime, in this moment. There is an opportunity to essentially sponsor a yogi. So it's, I wish that I could offer this to every person that walked in. And what's so beautiful about our community is that we do have some folks who are more resourced, and they can help to support those folks that need a little bit of help coming in and paying for a membership.
Wonderful. And my last question for you is, tell me about the mini wellness fair and what to expect. Maybe soon there's going to be one. This may air in time. If not, then what's going to be sort of following up with the mini wellness fair idea?
Yes, thank you for asking that. So my bigger purpose around that is I would love to, and am now, offering more community events. So these are ways for the community at large to come into Revolution at a donation rate, come as you are, donate or don't. Again, don't let price be deterrent for these things. So with the community events, the very first one that we're doing is a mini wellness fair. And that for me was a way to showcase so much of the goodness that lives right here in our community. Revolution is only one business. There are only so many hours in a day. So I can offer a lot of things. And though I still know that I don't, and Revolution doesn't have the capacity to offer everything that I can see, even just with my own limited exposure to everyone. Sure. I see so much. There are so many amazing people and healers and light workers right here in this community. So for me, this was a way to highlight and showcase and then to bridge that gap. Between folks who might not know about all of this stuff and the folks who are trying to get the word out. So it's a way to showcase massage therapists, energy workers, acupuncturists, all the way down to, the tarot and oracle readers and the astrology coaches, And so it's,
Fun.
it's the physical health and wellness, like the body work, and then brings it more into kind of that energetic space as well, because we are incredibly complex beings.
Yes.
We are not just the physical. We're not just our bodies.
No.
We're not just our minds. We're not just our emotions. We're not just our spirit. We're all of it. So in that way,
I love that.
In that way, we
Yes.
do need to take care of all of those layers.
Yes.
So with that, this wellness fair will highlight, 5 or 6 practitioners that we have. My goal is that this will be, a semi-annual thing. So, I would love, my hope and my goal is to offer this a couple of times a year. We will likely have a rotating cast of healers and who's there offering their modalities. So the whole kind of vision with this Saturday from 12 to 3 is people can come in. It's sort of open house style. You come in, check out the different booths, talk to the different healers. You can sign up for a donation-based treatment, whether that's a chair massage, AccuDetox, which is 5-point auricular acupuncture. You can get an energy assessment. You can learn about shadow work and tapping, just lots of different things. We'll also have some grounding tea complimentary from the Belden Witch in Minturn.
Okay, great.
So lots and lots and lots of just goodness all in one place in one day. Come see what you resonate with. And actually this really ties back to the very seed of what brought me into this space in general. And it's grief. And knowing that grief and grief support oftentimes does not look the same from one person to the next. There are so many modalities to heal. And my biggest mission with this is to create almost a menu. It's like an appetizer platter of what you can experience in the healing realm and all of these modalities, because not everything is for everyone, but I truly believe that there is something for everyone. And so this is a way for the community to come in and see what's out there, open your eyes to new methods, modalities, healers, people, and all of that. So this is a huge part of my mission, to just bridge the gap between healer and community. And then
you're helping the community so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's community. It's what we have. It's who we are.
Yeah.
All we have is each other. So, really trying to focus on that community, making us all stronger together. And also other fun things, because healing can be really heavy. It can be, it can be isolating. It can feel dark. And so on top of these wellness fairs and just the healing focus, I'm also doing other community events that really just bring people together. So in March, we're going to be offering a swap.
Okay.
So not just clothing.
Yep.
There's lots of clothing out there, so that's included.
Yep.
But also household items, household goods.
Okay.
We go through so many things here as human beings in America, and it's really cool, especially with such a transient community and all the things, that we accumulate and or need. It's a really cool way to just be, take money out of it.
Yeah.
And really show up for each other. It can be fun to swap and shop kind of deal. So drop your stuff off at Revolution, or you can bring it, you can leave it. I will donate all of it to Thrifty. Whatever's not taken, you can take your stuff back. So lots of different ways to do the swap.
It's a great idea.
But just come, be part of the community, see what's out there, see what you might have that people need. And then in April, we're going to be doing a vision boarding workshop with a matcha pop-up. And so really just finding ways to bring the community together, not just for that kind of dark and heavy healing stuff, that's incredibly important.
Sure.
And so is the levity and the joy and the play and the connection. That's also incredibly important in terms of strength of a community and thriving as human beings. We're here to play too.
We're here to thrive.
We're here to thrive, not just survive.
Absolutely. Oh, well, I really appreciate having Kayla here today. It's been a wonderful experience finding out more about everything she's doing. And if you have any questions or want to contact her, revolutionpoweryoga.com, and revolutionpoweryoga.com is the site.
Website.
And it's been just a joy having you here. And we are looking forward so much to all the things happening in that space. And hopefully we'll get to have you back again soon.
Awesome. Thanks. I'll come back for full sound bath.
Full sound bath next time.
Great.
All right. Thanks again.
Thanks, Dave.
All right. If you have any questions about any of our guests or want to be part of the show, please email me at davedonahue@kw.com. Feel free to reach out.